Today I'm going to share with you the top 10 things to pack for your next pageant. Welcome to the channel. My name is Dani Walker. If you're preparing for a competition, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell so you can watch weekly episodes that are filled with lots of tips for your next pageant. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing lots of different things that I always had packed with me, and of course, I'm going to be linking everything in the description below, so don't forget to check that out. The first thing that every contestant should have packed is a pair of comfortable flats to wear between rehearsals, at rehearsals, or going to different pageant events. This is so important. I know a lot of people probably think that title holders or contestants are always wearing heels, and they're not. You really want to save your feet. So if I were competing today, here is a pair that I highly suggest. This is the Aria 5 flat from Vivaia. These are some of my favorite flats. I wear them all the time and I love them for a few reasons. Number one, they're made out of sustainable fabrics and materials, which I am a huge fan of. The other really great thing about these is that you can see, look at how flexible these are. You can easily pack them in your suitcase. They're incredibly lightweight, so this is gonna be a must-have for your pageant packing essentials. The other great thing about these that I know you probably have struggled with too is whenever you get flats that are made out of a cloth material, sometimes they can get kind of smelly when you wear them a lot, especially if you don't wear them with any type of sock. And these ones are actually machine washable. So you throw them in the wash and then you can let them air dry for an hour and then they're ready to go. You can wear them again and of course they're gonna look a lot cleaner too. These flats are made of this really soft knit material and also they have this awesome cushion inside of them. They're so beautiful and there is some arch support in there as well. I actually posted these on my Instagram, if you guys have seen it, at Dani Walker, and one of my friends reached out and she says, oh my gosh, those are the exact flats that I wear all the time for work. She's actually a flight attendant, so she's on her feet all the time. And she's like, they're so comfortable, they're my favorites. And I was like, yes, I know, girl. So if you really need a great pair of flats, I would highly suggest this pair. They come in so many different colors. Of course, I'm linking them in the description below, and you can use my discount code Dani Walker for 18% off. Now, the other pair I want to show you too is the Julia style. Now, this one is not machine washable, but it is just one of my favorite ones because it's such a classic look. I feel like it's just so high-end and really elevates an outfit, and because it's this really nice like kind of cream and black color, you can pair these with so many things. So whether you want to wear a flat all the time for your rehearsals or you want still a little bit more of a heel, check these two styles out. They're some of my favorites. So if you're looking for a great flat or a small heel for your rehearsals, for your pageant essentials, then check out the description below where I am linking these, and I'll just show you too. As you can see, it's knit, which I love, which also is gonna help make it more breathable. Love, love, love them both. Go check them out. Next on our list is a mini makeup bag. And what you're gonna put in this are your essentials. So this is good for two reasons, either running between rehearsals or running between competitions where you just need to touch up, or just separating your most essential products from all of your makeup. This is gonna be useful if you are doing your own hair and makeup, or if you're even having somebody else do your own hair and makeup. So what I used to put in a mini makeup bag was my face powder, and then my lip products, and then lash glue and tweezers. Those were my absolute essentials. Like I said, even if somebody's doing your hair and makeup for you, you're going to want your own favorites, because if there's a line for hair and makeup, you might not have time to jump back in line and get touched up. You have to be able to care for yourself backstage and be ready. So have that mini makeup bag with you at all times, backstage or at rehearsals. The next thing on my list is a blazer or a sweater or a wrap. So what a lot of contestants don't realize is that rehearsal spaces are often very cold. So regardless of the season, you might want to build an outfit around something that's going to involve a blazer or a jacket. That's one option. The thing that I used a lot was a fleece wrap, and I just had a basic black one. This was great. It went with anything. And I would wear it a lot during rehearsals when I was sitting in the audience and it wasn't my turn, when I wasn't warm and moving around. Or I would use it when it was my turn. Oftentimes I would use it in place of a skirt or even a wrap for, let's say, like a swimsuit competition practice. So it is useful for things like that as well. The next thing is so essential. So I had another mini little bag with me, and it was filled with any medicines that I might have needed. Also bobby pins, safety pins, a mini sewing kit, boob glue, all those little odds and ends that you might need. And you wanna have those together and on hand. The other thing that you can do too is label these bags so you know for sure what is in each one of them, so you don't have to think if you're in a rush. If you found this episode because you're preparing for your next competition, comment queen down below. I would love to hear from you. My next mini bag is for hair. So whether you're doing your hair or somebody else is doing your hair, it's always smart to be prepared. So bring whatever your favorite hairspray is. That's something I always had on hand. Have some sort of brush or a teasing comb that you prefer to use if you need to smooth anything out for yourself. Maybe you're switching your hair and you need bobby pins or hair ties. You don't want to be searching in a gigantic bag for those things. You want to be able to access them very quickly. So that's why I always suggest separating them out and having that mini bag for your hair supplies. Next is one of my favorite things, and that is a backstage robe. The type that I really encourage contestants to bring is a really small silk robe. This is going to be great for packing. It's not really going to be something that's going to keep you warm backstage, but a lot of times you're not gonna wanna sit in your competition outfits. You don't wanna get them wrinkled and you don't want anything to spill on them. So you can wear the robe by itself, or if you're getting ready and you have to put something on, I always suggest putting your robe over your gown or over your interview outfit, because I've actually had a makeup artist before spill liquid foundation on my evening gown right before the competition, and we had to wear a backup evening gown that I didn't want to wear. Not a fun moment there for me, very stressful, so you can avoid that if you wear a robe. If you want even more tips to succeed at a pageant, then I would suggest checking out Rehearsed to Relatable. It's a course specifically created for pageant contestants to improve their interview skills by creating a personal brand. That's linked in the description below. Here is another really important thing to bring just for you, for your health. At pageants, it's important to stay fed and to stay hydrated. You have to be both of those things, and I'll tell you, not every pageant has the best food choices. They're not always gonna have something that you love to eat. Sometimes also maybe a rehearsal runs over and you're trying to get a full meal in and you don't end up having time for that. So be prepared with your favorite snacks. For me, I liked to bring protein bars. I also really liked having these packable applesauces. I've seen contestants bring trail mix, beef jerky. Those types of things are really common to see backstage. Whatever it is for you, make sure that you have that. You cannot starve at a pageant. You need your energy. You need to be awake. Food is your fuel, and also you need to be hydrated. So I always bring a reusable water bottle with me backstage. Actually, I always have one with me. Here's mine right now. It's truly a life essential. Number 8 is something that I learned to bring over the years. I saw other contestants doing this and I thought this is brilliant, and that is just a standing mirror. You can get them at places like Walmart and Target. They're usually mirrors that are adhered to a wall. They're pretty lightweight. I like to start bringing those backstage with me because, big surprise for many contestants, not every dressing room has a specific space for each contestant. So sometimes you're gonna be sharing a space with another contestant and there might not even be a mirror there. And so you really don't wanna fight over that mirror space backstage. So bring your own standing mirror and label it with your name, just in case things might get mixed up backstage. And that way, if anybody has any question about it, they know that you have priority in front of that space because it's labeled as your mirror. Number 9 is a life favorite essential for me, and that is a travel steamer. Here's why I say travel steamer though, okay? I used to bring giant steamers to pageants and they were so bulky, they were such a hassle, and half the time I didn't even end up using them. So what you should do at a pageant is steam, press, iron everything that you have before the pageant. And then when you get backstage and you have your gown, or you maybe have an interview outfit or an opening number outfit, then you're not going to be starting from scratch. You're only at that point going to be steaming out any of the wrinkles that occurred because of travel. And so that I think is really, really important because I've seen so many contestants making the mistake of steaming their wardrobe for the first time backstage when really you should only be doing touch-ups for this. And for that, you only need a travel steamer. The last thing you have to have, because you're gonna have all these other, the last thing you have to have, and that is a travel tote bag, or maybe for you, it's a backpack or a rolling bag. Not something massive, not a full-size suitcase, but you're gonna have this bag, and what you're gonna do is place all of your mini kits inside of it. So you'll have snacks, you'll have your hair accessories, you're gonna have your makeup essentials, you're gonna have your pair of flats that can fold and fit very nicely in your tote. So you're just gonna have all those small things with you. This is gonna be easy to keep things organized, whether you're going backstage, getting ready, or you're bouncing back and forth at rehearsals. This is something that every pageant contestant needs to have. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I really hope that you enjoyed it, that it was informative, that it gave you some new ideas. If you need even more help preparing for your pageant and you want more tips, then I suggest checking out this episode as well as my pageant prep playlist. That's really gonna get you started in the right direction. Thank you so much for joining me for this episode, and I hope you're gonna tune in for a lot more.